Support for this program is provided by Sequent Planning, an SEC-registered investment advisor, helping people make informed retirement income decisions. Additional information is available at sequentomaha.com.
The bar scene in Omaha is a growing social environment, but it may come with a few risks and concerns. Good afternoon, I'm Jay Bridgman.
And I'm Simon Risto. Coming up, one family uses bell ringing for the Salvation Army as a way to not only help people in need, but to also bond with each other.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
From the studios of UNO Television, this is the Omaha News, presented by UNO School of Communication.
Going out to the bars is a fun social event that many college students partake in on the weekends, but sometimes the dangers around you can outweigh the fun of going out. Reporter Lillian Griffith uncovers some of the real-life consequences and how to stay safe when having a good time.
As a bartender for 7.5 years, Calvin Saunders has seen his fair share of trouble among Omaha's nightlife.
So there was a guy, he approached two ladies, offered to buy him drinks. The ladies went to the restrooms, and luckily we had people watching our cameras, and they caught him on camera putting something in the drink.
Saunders keeps an eye out for odd behaviors that go beyond typical partying. He's currently the bar manager at the 1912, and he has been trained to watch for dangerous behavior.
We all want to have fun, but the number one goal is to be safe, and that's, making sure young ladies aren't roofied, making sure people aren't driving drunk.
Roofies is a term used for medication slipped into a person's drink. The drugs used are typically Ambien, Rohypnol, or GHB. A victim can feel its effects in as little as 15 minutes, and it can leave a victim feeling drowsy.
So I knew something was wrong because I didn't drink that as much as I normally do, and then I was completely blacked out and have no recollection of the rest of the night.
Spiking a person's food or drink is considered a federal offense. It is punishable by up to 3 years in jail and a $5,000 fine. If you feel that you are a victim of the date rape drug, please consider visiting a doctor. Going to the bar with people you trust and never letting your drink out of sight are just some ways women and men can keep themselves safe while participating in the Omaha social scene. It also never hurts to have an experienced bartender such as Calvin watching you.
We always have at least 4 security guards, and our security guards are tasked with people watching people's posture, just kind of being very observant.
Patented in 1962, Rohypnol is prescribed to people with chronic insomnia. Rohypnol is not only dangerous itself, but can be lethal if mixed with another medication the person is taking.
You won't see Lime scooters buzzing around the metro anymore, and it's not because it's the wintertime. As of November 15th, the electric scooter ride-sharing services have left the city of Omaha. Although the 6-month trial program limited use of the scooters to specific sections of the metro, Omaha residents still rode them over 200,000 times in total. Now, the Lime and Spin companies must wait for Mayor Gene Stothert and the City Council to decide if the attractiveness of the scooters are worth the risks.
So the scooters are really fun to ride around on. I could definitely see how they would be dangerous, especially when people aren't wearing helmets and they're driving near traffic. So they're fun, but they definitely have some flaws.
Following the rules has been an issue during the program. One Omaha woman on a Lime scooter collided with a Tesla and was sent to the hospital with serious injuries back in September. Although Omaha won't see the scooters anymore, Lincoln City Council has approved a pilot program that will begin in January 2020 and last all of next year.
For years, the Salvation Army has collected money for those in need through Red Kettles. They updated the donation process for 2019, and one family embraces the change in their tradition of volunteering along the way.
I was born into it.
13-year-old Ava Scott has never known a Thanksgiving without the sound of ringing bells. For years, her family has made volunteering for the Salvation Army a tradition. It all started when the Leahy and Scott families wanted to do something together that would help other people.
I think it makes us feel like we're doing something to make a difference, and that as a family, just a chance to get together, because we kind of think it's fun as well.
They have been gathering donations for the Salvation Army for quite some time.
Oh, I'd say a good 10 years.
The sound of ringing bells greets many people on their way in and out of stores around the city. While that sound is nothing new for these families, the Salvation Army has added a modern touch to the process.
This year, the Salvation Army is allowing people to donate via Google Pay and Apple Pay, although no people have used the service at this location so far today.
The sign above the kettle has barcodes that can be scanned to access Google Pay and Apple Pay for those looking to make a quick donation. Scott enjoys volunteering because it lets her spend time with family, and she can see firsthand how generous others can be.
I don't see them much because I live on another state, and it's really nice to see them and nice to see little kids for the money, like them learn what it's like to give back to.
For these families, volunteering is a way of bonding, and you're never too young to ring some bells.
In 2018, the Salvation Army received $142 million in donations through the Red Kettles. They hope the Apple Pay and Google Pay features will make donating even easier going forward.
Coming up, colleges all around the state of Nebraska are investing in ways to tackle mental health issues by adding counseling services for people living on campus.
Next, a local radio station continues to collect diapers every year to help those in need around the Omaha area.
Keep watching, we'll be right back.
There's a unique educational experience right here in Omaha. With access to top-rated programs, in-demand degrees, and a worldwide community of graduates, UNO prepares students for life, wherever it may lead. From Omaha to Italy to Uganda to Japan, Mavericks are working in communities around the globe. So where will a degree from UNO take you? UNO, access to exceptional, access to the world. Learn more at unomaha.edu.
Benson, where creativity is our culture. Benson's lively atmosphere offers a unique experience. Come enjoy great live music, enjoy a variety of bars, get amazing food from local restaurants, and shop at local businesses. Whatever you do, you won't be disappointed with your experience. Learn more at experiencebenson.com.
Hello, my name is David Sutera, and I'm a new faculty member here at UNO. This spring, I'll be teaching JMC 1050 Film History and Appreciation Tuesday nights from 6 to 9:30 p.m. This class is a journey through the different possible worlds of film, bub. You will learn about film history and important milestones in cinematography, sound, editing, screenwriting, genre, and so much more. It'll be an offer you can't refuse. Capisce, paisan? Each class, you'll watch film clips and feature-length films on the stuff that dreams are made of. So come on down and sign up for JMC 1050 Film History and Appreciation on Tuesday nights from 6 to 9:30 p.m., where it will be showtime.
This is the Omaha News.
This holiday season, the 17th annual Channel 94.1 Diaper Drive looks to help those in need throughout the metro area with their donations to the Lydia House. Reporter Daniel Kingery gives us a look at the drive's history.
People that haven't been here before are just shocked that we're going to give them a pack of diapers for their kid.
The diaper drive impacts families and helps them save money, so they can have the chance to take care of other priorities. The key is tailoring the donations to the civic needs of families. According to Amy Harvey, the Community Relations Director of the Lydia House Open Door Mission, shares how important the diaper drive is.
We'll supply all the diapers for the year for all the kids that live with us, and then the overflow will come to the community. So parents get the opportunity to get a package of diapers once a month for each child in diapers, and it just saves money, which means the money saved can be used to pay a bill, put gas on the car, food on the table, whatever that family's biggest need would be.
There are many different organizations throughout the Omaha area that give back to the community. But with the Lydia House, it was a way for Channel 94.1 to give back to the community in a whole different way.
We reached out to the Open Door Mission and the Lydia House, and they said, we've got food drives, we've got clothing drives, toy drives, turkey drives. The one thing that we could use help with is diapers.
With sponsors spanning around the Omaha area, various industries have helped lead to a positive outcome in donations. Harvey recognizes the success that the drive had last year, but is hoping that this season brings in even more donations.
I know last year we got over 1 million diapers from the diaper drive, and so I would hope that would be up a little bit this year. It seems to be each year it builds a little bit more. So I would guess it would be over 1 million or 1.2 million diapers this year.
For the Omaha News, I'm Dan Kingery.
The popularity of the diaper drive continues to grow every year. The drop-off locations and times can be found on channel941.com, and the event runs until December 14th.
UNL received a $93,000 grant to kickstart their new Counselor in Residence program to help students living on campus. Reporter Phil Lemon finds the connection between mental health and housing life here on UNO's campus.
Living in the dorms can give you a sense of independence and freedom, but what if you have feelings of homesickness and loneliness? UNO resident assistants get training from Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS. North Campus RA Peter David believes that UNO already has plenty of resources on campus.
I do feel that that would be a useful addition to housing here. In general, I don't feel like the university would ever consider that as an option, but I do feel that that it would be very helpful, even to me as an RA, because sometimes as RAs we just know more people too, and we need someone to talk to.
UNL did a test trial adding counselors in 2 residence halls this school year. UNO does provide counseling services on North Campus where you can set up appointments. But if students were able to have individual counselors per dorm, the barrier of reaching out for help could be reduced.
Some students do have like issues like anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and things like that. And having a professional down in the building that's available at all times, that would be very helpful to students that experience those issues, and even students that just need someone to talk to.
According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 80% of college students have reported feeling stressed sometimes or often, while 34% have reported feeling depressed at one time or another. If you weigh that in with high social media use and even cyberbullying, how can these students remain mentally healthy while living in the dorms?
Part of the RA training process is we meet with professionals from CAPS, and they talk to us about mental health and how to, be mindful of our residents' mental health.
For the Omaha News, I'm Phil Lemon.
UNL will continue to expand their program with 2 more residence halls starting next August. As for UNO, there's no telling when they can or will follow their precedent.
Coming up, we head to Omaha Sports to check in on a walk-on for the UNO men's basketball team and how his daily journeys help him bond with his team.
Next, the basketball team hosted its first in-season tournament in the Division I era as a part of the Cayman Islands Classic.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Most about the Newman Center is just the community we have here.
The community here is just very friendly and very encouraging.
I feel welcome when I walk through the doors.
Here at the Newman Center, I just easily found my identity.
Well, we've got these really cool events every Thursday, my dude. There's always something happening at the Newman Center.
If you're into music, you can find people who are doing music. If you're into gaming, there's a lot of people who do gaming here.
As a Catholic, what else, just having, the gift of the Mass.
As a college student, has just been really helpful because we've got study rooms set aside.
It feels just like walking through my own front door.
If you just want to have a good conversation, this is a place where that's always happening. Come to the Newman Center.
I would say to anybody, we want you here. And there are so many things that go on here. I think people would find a lot of fun and just their own life enriched by meeting new friends.
Your mood and stress level directly impact your ability to function in school. So if you're struggling, this is the sign you needed to reach out. Students Overcoming Stress is an on-campus support group that offers a confidential, safe space to discuss self-care, mental health, time management skills, and more. Students Overcoming Stress meets every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. in room 224 in the Milo Bales Student Center. For more information, call 402-554-2409.
Explore the historic Blackstone district in Omaha, Nebraska. With over a dozen restaurants, bars, and social settings, you can experience everything the iconic district has to offer. Eat, drink, socialize, and enjoy the day or night here in Blackstone.
It all started with Radio 1, the class with Jodine Brownlee. I fell in love with one of the projects that we did, the short story, and I walked up to her the very next day and was like, hey, I want to call baseball. And she was like, hey, we have a game at Warner Park next week, you're on the call. And I was like, it's that simple? And she goes, it's that simple. I believe the Mav Radio really helped me find my voice on campus. It's huge that one door opening up just a little bit has opened up really just lifelong friendships.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Omaha Sports. I'm your host, Owen Godberson. There was a bit of Division I history last week as the Omaha men's basketball team hosted their first non-conference tournament since making the D1 jump a little under a decade ago. The Omaha News crew was courtside both nights as the Mavericks welcomed Southern, Loyola Maryland, and IUPUI to Baxter Arena. While many of the Maverick faithful were preparing to dine on turkey last week, the Omaha men's basketball team looked to devour the competition in this year's Cayman Islands Classic Mainland Tournament at Omaha. The Mavs faced off in the first round against the Southern Jaguars, who came into Baxter Arena at 2-3. Meanwhile, Omaha were coming off a successful road trip to the Pacific Northwest, knocking off Pac-12 side Washington State. Omaha picked up the win 78-51 in the opening contest, with junior forward Matt Pyle keeping the Maverick momentum going, recording a double-double in both games of the tournament. The Mavs beat Loyola Maryland in Game 2 70-65, and Omaha coach Darren Hansen noted in the post-game press conference how facing two defenses in 24 hours helped the Maverick offense develop.
One is up and down in length and athleticism and pressure and all of that, and tonight it's very controlled, very Princeton, trying to take away all of your defensive principles.
Game 2 also saw senior guard J.T. Gibson become the 40th Maverick in history to record his 1,000th career point. The tournament saw standout performances off the bench as well, with true freshman Darius Hughes scoring 20 points in the two games, as well as sophomore transfer Marlon Ruffin coming in and standing out on the defensive side of the court. The two games left many Maverick fans optimistic about Omaha's chances come time for conference play.
I think this will help Omaha for a good pre-conference games. It'll get them tuned up, and I'm looking forward to the Summit League play, and I think they can win this whole thing.
Since the tournament, Omaha fell to St. Mary's 75-66 and 78-73 against Arkansas State to open up a four-game road stretch, while they'll also take on Northern Arizona and Arizona. Coming off the bye week, the Omaha hockey team returns to action this weekend as they host conference foe and reigning national champions Minnesota Duluth. The Mavericks remain at 18th in the country, while Duluth slipped down to 14th in the NCAA rankings after getting swept by in-state rivals Minnesota State Mankato in this past weekend. Omaha is looking to pick up their first NCHC win at home after picking up only 1 point against Miami of Ohio a few weeks back. Now, we're not quite done with basketball yet. 54% of collegiate athletes are on a full-ride scholarship, while the remaining 46% walk on at their respective universities. For UNO men's basketball, one player knows exactly what it takes to be a successful walk-on collegiate athlete.
Professional athletes such as J.J. Watt, Antonio Brown, and Scottie Pippen are recognized as some of the best players in their sport. They've all had their fair share of the limelight. However, there's a common denominator from their humble beginnings. Each one was a walk-on at their college. A walk-on is a student athlete who is not on full scholarship, meaning they have to pay for all tuition expenses and don't receive any stipend money from the university, all while having the same responsibilities as teammates on full scholarship who do receive those benefits. UNO men's basketball player Hayden Miller became a walk-on for the Mavericks in 2017. Miller says he's used to the hectic schedule as a member of the team. However, being a walk-on comes with challenges that many of his teammates don't experience.
If you're looking to walk on, you got to commit to it 100% because it's going to be really tough, but I think it's rewarding if you really want to do it.
Walk-ons typically don't get much time on the court, if at all. A lot of their reps occur in practice, but for games, support, positivity, and energy is what's needed the most. Senior guard J.T. Gibson admires Miller's work ethic, despite not always being rewarded with playing time.
Even though he's a walk-on, he works hard every day. He works hard in the weight room. Just everything he does, he gives 110%, doesn't complain.
Hayden is a vital member of the team when it comes to trusting the process and working hard every day. When times are discouraging, he falls back on the support of his teammates and focuses on how he can make his team better.
I feel like if I don't give it my all one day for practice, I'm kind of letting them down. I'm not giving them what I need to. When I need extra motivation, I always, talk to them or think of how they believe I can do what I can do.
Like many other walk-ons, Miller hasn't seen much action this year for Coach Hanson's team, only a combined 12 minutes in 3 appearances, but will likely see more playing time in the latter stages of the campaign. That's all we have for Maverick Athletics this fall. Jay, Simon, back to you.
Thanks, Owen. Coming up, we'll take a look at today's weather and a 5-day forecast.
Stay tuned, you're right where you need to be.
For years, the Old Market has been a popular attraction. With its vintage atmosphere and rich history, it's a great way to spend an evening. It has niche restaurants where you can grab dinner, and unique stores you can shop at, making it an exciting place to explore. So come on down and check out the Old Market, located between 10th and 13th Streets and Farnham and Jackson Streets.
There is a spark inside every one of us that seeks to create and express ourselves. A spark that burns with the desire to capture our imagination into reality. And there is a place where that spark can grow. 13th Floor Magazine. We are not just for writers. Join us and share your passion with the world.
Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Faded press to a full.
A beautiful but chilly weekend may give way to snow on Monday. Kaylin Carlson is live in the studio to give us the 5-day forecast. How's the weather, Kaylin?
Of 30 degrees. Now, looking forward to the 5-day forecast for the week ahead. Tomorrow is looking to be around 52 degrees with a low of 25. Wind picking up to 13 miles per hour throughout the day. Friday, the wind dies down, but so does the temperature, with the high only being 37 degrees with a low of 27 degrees, and the wind is returning to 5 to 8 miles per hour. Sunday, or Saturday rather, it warms back up with the continued slight cloud coverage throughout the day and the high reaching 51 degrees and the low dipping to 31. Sunday is more of the same with the high reaching 51 again and the low dipping to 27. As for Monday, snow. Well, at least a possibility of snow showers during the early morning hours with temperatures peaking at 31 degrees and a low of 16. Well, now taking a look at the current temps around the extended metro area. Looks like here we've got Omaha 49 degrees, up here by my head 47 degrees, down in Nebraska City 51, Lincoln 50, Columbus 46, Madison all the way up here 47, all the way out in Grand Island. Looks like they're a little bit cooler, but cooler than Omaha, but Grand Island's at 46 degrees. That's it. All we have today. Simon, Jay, take her back.
Thanks, Kaylin. Since the turn of the century, music labels have taken their bands and artists to digital distribution. Shane Thomas shows us how one Omaha music engineer is looking to use his experience working with some of the most popular groups in the world to keep old equipment from being a relic of the past.
Since 1976, Rainbow Studios has been a center for retro music engineering, with Niels Eriksen at its heart. As producer, Eriksen has expanded beyond his humble beginnings.
And just the experience of I've toured all over the world with national acts. I've performed on every continent except Antarctica. I've been everywhere and I've done a lot.
With the displayment of a Beatles-signed Ludwig clock and a replica of a sound booth used by Jimi Hendrix, Eriksen uses these artifacts to show his history and pride for the musical experience. Having collaborated with artists like the Jackson 5 and Joan Jett, Erickson has expertise that spans multiple genres, causing him to notice ways his business has steered his life on a very peculiar path.
I love this. I've written several thousand songs. I've been in several bands. I've been recognized in a Chicago airport.
UNO music professor Seth Schaefer says using older recording techniques has its benefits.
Old gear tends to sound pretty nice. It gives an old vintage sound, and people associate a certain nostalgia with that, a certain kind of vibe from their favorite records sound like that, and so they want to emulate that sound.
After years of experience, Erickson has found this is what puts his life into focus.
It's not a job, it's a lifestyle, and I'll be doing it till I'm gone.
For the Omaha News, I'm Shane Thomas.
There are still 1,700 recording studios currently active throughout the United States as of 2017, and Erickson hopes that his long-running studio can keep growing stronger than ever.
Both the CDC and FDA are investigating an outbreak of hepatitis A that may be linked to blackberries. The berries in question were sold in Fresh-Time grocery stores in September, though the cause is linked to a distribution center that froze the berries. As of Tuesday, 16 people have reported related illness. The reports began in Nebraska and have since expanded to Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, and Wisconsin. Hepatitis A affects the liver and can range in severity, including symptoms like fever, fatigue, and joint pain.
That's all we have for today. Be sure to join us again this spring for more exciting stories on the Omaha News.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at UNO the Omaha News, or find our website for even more news and stories at unomahanews.com.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Support for this program is provided by Sequent Planning, an SEC-registered investment advisor, helping people make informed retirement income decisions. Additional information is available at sequentomaha.com.
What I feel coming to UNO is a sense of community, feeling like I had a home, and so I chose UNO because of that. To me, access to exceptional is having a cheerleader in your life, and anybody who has stepped foot in UNO knows that somebody cares about you. School isn't just getting a GPA. To go above and beyond that is what's going to make you an exceptional applicant to a job or a graduate program.
Dundee, home to Warren Buffett. It's located west of Midtown Omaha, Nebraska. It's a place in Omaha where neighbors can work, eat, relax, and live it up, all within a few blocks. Come visit the neighborhood and see what Dundee has to offer.
Hi, my name is Marlena Davidson, and I'm a faculty member in the School of Communication here at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. Many of you might be asking yourself, how does an online public speaking class work? Well, technology has made it possible to craft an online course following the same objectives that we have in our face-to-face class. In the online class, there are videos, quizzes, assignments, and exams, even discussion forums that speak to the core concepts of public speaking. Students record their online speeches in front of their peers, and then they receive feedback. Now, our hope is that students will reduce their anxiety, develop a strong speaking voice, and use dynamic gestures. Hope to see you online.